Welcome again to Manage Analytics Tableau Zone. In this video, we're going to cover some cool Tableau table calculations and how they enable train of thought analytics. What do we mean by train of thought? In the analytics world, with all its tools, it's the capability to sequentially and intuitively gain insight from your data, the in-between from where you start and finish. Speaking of tools, and before we get into this Tableau demonstration, I want to clarify that Manage Analytics is technology agnostic. Simply put, there are many analytics tools out in the market today. Each have their strengths depending upon what you're doing and the person or people using the tools. For success, it's about having the right tool for the right person. Okay, time to demonstrate what Tableau can do in the area of train of thought analysis. I have a worksheet here going against the Tableau Superstore data. I'm building a simple visualization using sales as my measure and ship date and product category as pills on the column shelf. I'm also going to use the ship date on the row shelf to display the month. I'm going to filter out the year 2016 because I want years that have data in all months. Then I'm going to sort the years in descending order, and I'm just going to use the manual method here and drag in the order that I want. Finally, I'm going to put in some column grand totals. So now I have a view of my data that'll be the start point for demonstrating the power of Tableau table calculations. I have my sales by year and by month, by product category, and I want to do some comparisons between years. I want to look at the percentage difference between months on a year-over-year basis. I also want to look at percentage differences between the months themselves within the same year and keep a running total of that percentage difference as I go all the way through to the grand total. It sounds like a tall order, but Tableau's table calculations are a great solution in this particular case. To get started, I'm going to drag my sales measure onto my marks card as a detail item. I'm going to change this to a discrete value, and you'll notice that the pill turns blue. Now I'm going to add a table calculation to this pill. In this one, we're going to do the percentage difference year over year by individual month. What this does is add a level of calculation ability on top of the view of data that you are working with, which is pretty cool. It allows me to put my train of thought in action very quickly. So my compute using is table across as I'm comparing sales horizontally. Then I just have to set my relative to setting to next or going from left to right across the page. This calculation got added to our tooltip, so when we fly over our data, we'll be able to see that calculation. I'm going to format this percentage to make it a little easier to read. 1 decimal point percentage. And now you can see that we have our year-over-year calculation by month. Next, we're going to do the percentage difference between months within a given year. Pretty much the same process here where we're going to add our sales measure. And in this case, we're going to create a table calculation. We're going to do the percent difference, in this case going down the page and relative to our previous entry. So it's going to compare February to January and March to February and so forth. So there's our second table calc, and we'll go ahead and format that table calc so that it doesn't have so many decimal points, and change the percentage to 1. There we go. Now for the grand finale, I want to create a percentage change of the running total of sales down my months. So same thing, I'm grabbing sales again and making it discrete, and I'm going to add a table calculation. From a calculation type, I'm going to do a running total sum. and I'm going to do it down the page. Here's where it gets cool. I'm going to add a secondary calculation, and this is going to be the percent difference going across relative to next. It's effectively a multi-layered table calculation. First, it does the running total of sales by year down the page. Then it layers on top of that the year-over-year percentage change of those running totals. And before I look at my result here, I'm going to do my famous percentage formatting. And we can see the new calculation. In this case, it put it on top of the others. Now I'm just going to clean up the nomenclature here by clicking on my tooltips here and changing the names of these new table calculations to make more sense. We have 2 year-over-year calculation and 1 inter-year calculation. That ought to do it. And let's take a look. Yep, that looks great. So as we hover over our sales numbers, we can see the 3 table calcs in action. A very easy and powerful train of thought experience. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. You can check out other videos at manage-analytics.com. There you can post comments, create your own video library, and suggest future videos.